Good evening. It is time for another great episode of Hoodoo, Hoodoo. You do Hoodoo. And today I want to talk about the Farmers Almanac. And as you know, our African American ancestors leaned on the herbs, the roots of plants and plant life and that sort of thing, water, the energy from planets and stuff like that, and the heavens and the sun to manifest things in their life, to repel things in their life, to protect them, and that sort of thing. So my goal here, and I feel that my calling is to bring us back to that because it worked. And so, and let me always state, the people who were scared of it were the people who demonized it. So there we go. So we're going to go back to what our ancestors used to do. So back to the Farmers Almanac. And they still sell those right today. I remember when we were kids that whenever we used to have any bad dreams or any, dreams that were questionable, because I come from a family of dreamers, right? And when we had any dreams or anything like that or things of concern, we would go to the elders in the family, or particularly our grandmother, and let her know. And she would pull that Farmer's Almanac out, see what the scripture is for that day that you had that dream or you had that interaction, and take it to the word and get some insight. That's actually called bibliomancy. I think I'm saying that right, bibliomancy. And that's where you are using the Bible, the word, to get insight or prophetic messages or to get discernment from different things. And I'm going to do a segment on bibliomancy and Bible magic and that sort of thing, because again, that's part of hoodoo and whole. Well, I always say the Bible is the biggest spell book you could find. If you ever want anything effective, go straight to the Bible. Facts. Our ancestors did it. That's what a lot of hoodoo comes from, right? And it's still practiced in churches right today. Again, most of my clients, church folks, because they know it. So back to what I was saying, Farmers Almanac. I get tongue-tied when I say that. And so there are scriptures for each and every day of the year in the Farmers Almanac. Farmers Almanac has been around for hundreds of years, or for at least 100 years. I know, because as long as my grandmother's been alive, but it's been around a very, very long time. Also, the Farmers Almanac was used to it showed what the moon phase was, and it's funny because people say, "Oh, you shouldn't, go into astrology and worry about the suns and the stars and this, that, and the other." That's the biggest lie they could have ever told you. I'm going to do a segment on this, but I'm going to give you a little snippet, right? Think about the moon. The moon controls the tides of the sea, of the ocean, its gravitational pull. If it can control water, and we are made of over 90% water, wouldn't it control us? Wouldn't it impact us? Think about the moon. The moon goes in a cycle of every 28 days. Women, your menstrual cycle, every 28 days. You see how things connect? Y'all better learn. And besides, Bible thumpers, you want to sit there and say you don't look into and not everybody's like this. I'm being facetious. And I can say this because I too am a Bible thumper to this day and will be one till I die. And so in the Bible, people say, people would just generally say, "Oh, you only just look to God." Well, God said himself in the Bible, or it's written in the Bible, that God knows the name of each and every star. If there was no importance of heavenly bodies in the sky, if they had no importance at all, why would the Most High even bother naming them? Now I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to go back to what I originally came here for, which is about the Farmer's Almanac. So in this almanac, it also shows the planetary movements. It shows, what the moon phases. Because back in the day, that's what the farmers and stuff had to rely on. They knew when to plant. They knew when to reap the harvest. They had to go by the moon cycles. If it worked then, it worked now. They understood the energy of planetary movements and the heavens, and that each of them up there have a purpose. They're not up there just to make things look pretty. Again, I'll do another segment on that. But back to the Farmers Almanac, our ancestors, and probably ancestors of other ethnic backgrounds, but I can only speak to my own. We use that back in the day. It's still being used now. I encourage you to go back to it. So pick up a Farmer's Almanac on your way out while you're at the checkout stand at the grocery store. You'll be surprised at what you find out. It's a big old hoodoo book, and I love it. Bye.